Hey guys, so it's me, Freddie MUA. I decided to do a drugstore tutorial or full face, however you want to call it. I decided that I'm going to use everything completely from drugstore. I think the only thing I did not use from the drugstore would be one of my Morphe brushes, or a couple of my Morphe brushes. Yeah, a couple of my Morphe brushes, but again, these are very inexpensive. You can find them online. I'm not going to go into specifics on which brush that I used. If you guys do want to know which brush I used, I'll go ahead and, or leave me a comment down below, and I'll go ahead and I'll put that information down there. But I basically just used one or two of the brushes to get this eye look. I was very surprised on a couple of things that I did pick up from the drugstore. Of course, the foundation, the L'Oreal Paris Infallable foundation. I have used this before and I am completely still just a fan of it. I do notice that when you're putting it on, it will dry quickly, so it's best to put it on with a damp beauty blender. Now, of course, my favorite gel liner, of course, it is the NYC liquid eyeliner $3.99 or $2.99 or something like that. I was surprised with that. I was also surprised with my hard candy, I don't even know what this is, a baked bronzer, but I used it as a highlight. I was super impressed with it. It comes off a bit chalky at first. I've used it before to set like my makeup before, but I guess I got a good little batch here because this guy is super reflective. It is just giving me life with this highlight. But enough rambling. I hope you guys enjoy it. One thing I do want to mention that I did use the e.l.f. yellow corrector to set or to bake my highlight. It's a bit hard to find. I would suggest that you check in your Targets. Target tends to have them. If not, you might want to order that one online. I'm not going to say it's a dupe for the Banana Luxury Powder or the Ben 9 Luxury Powder, but it's very, very close. I did use it to bake and to set. So I was a little impressed with that because I have not used that before, but I did get it just for the sake of this video because I like to bake and things like that. So I decided to get it and I was a bit impressed. I want to see how it looks in photos, so I'm not going to wear this look out in public because I am done for the day. I'm going to go ahead and take a shower and go to sleep. But those are the couple things that I was very, very impressed with. I did do a lip change in the video, so don't mind me because that other color from Wet n Wild, you know. I'm sorry, boo. It wasn't working for me. But back to the tutorial. I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see or want me to do next. And if you guys like drugstore products or drugstore reviews or drugstore foundation routines, let me know so I can put those or I can get those worked up. I do see something coming up in the future where I am going to try to do like one whole line from a drugstore. But I gotta see how the budget is. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. So to start off, I'm using a primer, and it's from Nivea. It's the Men's Safety Shave Balm, and it's meant for shaving. I'm going to let that go ahead and set and get a little dewy. And then I went ahead and I found this Wet n Wild eyebrow pencil, and it's in the color Brunettes Do It Better. I went ahead and filled in my brows and combed it through. And then for my concealer, I'm using the Rimmel London Perfect Match. It's the 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter. I'm putting a little bit on my palm there, and I'm cleaning up my eyebrows just to make sure that they look nice and sleek. I'm doing a little on the upper brow too, just to make sure that it's nice and clean. I'm putting that same concealer on my eyes just as an eyeshadow base, and I'm going to smooth that out with my fingers. All the colors that I'm using is from NYX, and it's this Love in Paris little palette. And the first color is that one on the bottom. They don't necessarily have names, but I am using the one closest to the bottom. I'm using that as my transition. And then I'm going in with the one right next to it, all with the same brush. And I'm just putting that in my crease, and then I'm using that darker brown right directly into my crease, and just to make sure that there's a nice transition from light to dark. And then with the darkest shadow in there, I'm doing the outer corner of my eye there. And with a packing brush, I'm going in with that shimmery like golden color, and I'm going to pack that directly onto my lid. And then with that very shimmery type of yellow highlighted color, I'm going to put that directly on the eyelid right on top of that, because I thought it needed a little bit more bling. And just to darken up the outer corner, I'm going in with that dark brown blackish color. And for my foundation, I'm using the I believe it's L'Oreal Paris, the Pro Matte 24-hour foundation, and I'm putting that on with a damp beauty blender. I've noticed that it goes on way better with a damp beauty blender. And I did a couple of coats of it just to make sure it's like full coverage. And then with the same concealer that I'm using, that I use for my eyebrows, I'm going to go ahead and highlight with that also. To set my whole face, I'm using the Maybelline New York Fit Smooth or Set and Smooth powder, and this is in the color Coconut. I'm using that on just a regular powder brush, and I'm setting my entire face. And then to contour, I'm using NYC's Color Wheel in the Mosaic Face Powder, and this is in the color All Over Bronze Glow. And I'm using that with a smaller powder brush just to make sure that my contact and everything, or that my contour is a little bit more sharp. I'm going to contour my normal places, down my nose, my cheekbones. And then for highlighting, I am going to highlight with e.l.f.'s, I believe it's their high definition powder, and it's in the color Corrective Yellow. It's a close second, I would say, to the Banana Luxury powder. It's not a copy at all. It's just good because it's from a drugstore, so I guess it's convenient. I haven't really noticed the flashback on pictures and stuff, so be cautious when you go and buy it. Now I'm taking that same eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line, just the outer corner. And then with the first transition color that I used, I'm going right over it just to make sure that there's no harsh edges, or lines I should say. And then back to that nice shimmery golden color, I'm putting that right on my inner corner of my eye on the lower lash line. Now I found this Wet n Wild pencil, and it is, let's see if I remember the name, the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner, and Baby's Got Black, I believe the color, and I was very surprised on how well it was for my inner waterline. And then again with my favorite liquid liner, I went ahead and lined my lash line. And then for my lips, I decided to use NYX Natural, the lip liner pencil. And then for the highlight, I decided to use this hard candy, I don't know the name, but it will be down below. I believe it's Heat Wave, and this guy gave me so much highlight. I was very surprised. I did go in with my first lip color, and I wasn't really happy with it. It was a color from Wet n Wild, and I didn't like it, so I just took it off, and I decided to use the NYX Soft Lip Cream pencil, or Soft Lip Cream. And then I did the center with some Revlon, I believe it's Revlon Extreme, something like that. I'll put it down below. I went ahead and put some lashes on, some mascara, and then I went ahead and I set it with some blush from Milani on my cheeks. you.